just an hour ago. Flew in here from out of town. I want everybody to understand the pain, the suffering of a mother. Very tough. And I told her, as we stand with any victim of violence or any homicide victim, their family, we stand with them in this city, in this police department, and everybody that's standing behind me. I want to thank our homicide unit under the direction of Commander Spears for doing great work time and time again. I'm going to speak briefly, and I'm going to turn it over to the homicide investigator Arrington. After he speaks, I'm going to get Commander Garcia to come up and translate in Spanish, but he'll go over some of the investigative parts. But let me speak to this just right. We understand and we know it. This morning at about approximately 2:34 a.m., officers received a call, shooting in progress. Officers arrived there shortly thereafter. The location is a downtown location, billiards, bowling alley located at 1201 San Jacinto Street here in the downtown area. Once officers arrived, they came upon a male who was deceased. That male has been identified as Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. He's a member of the Migos rap group out of Atlanta. And I want to pause again because sometimes the hip hop community gets a bad name. And I know, and evident from this city and people who I have a personal relationship, a lot of great people in our hip hop community, and I respect them. But back to Takeoff. I got many calls from Houston and outside of Houston, and everyone spoke of what a great young man this is, how peaceful he is, what a great artist. And I'm calling up on everybody, our hip hop artists in Houston and around the nation. We got to police ourselves. It is so many talented individuals, men and women in that community who, again, I love and I respect. And we all need to stand together and make sure nobody tears down that industry. And I'm calling to start here in Houston, here and possibly as early as next week. I want to meet with some of our artists and see how we can taper things down. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to the investigator, and we'll our commander translate, and the mayor is here for questions as well. But I want to pray ask that we all pray for his mother, his family, and all of his friends who are in deep pain and shock still right now. Thank you. Investigator, come on up.
Thank you again, Chief, and thank you all for coming here. And good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Michael Arrington. I'm a sergeant with the Houston Police Department's Homicide Division. And earlier this morning, as he said, our patrol officers received a call at approximately 2:34 a.m. of a shooting just occurred at the 810 billiard and bowling alley. From there, we were notified that there was a single male who was shot and pronounced deceased on the scene on the third level just outside the front door. We were also informed that two other individuals had reported themselves by personal vehicle to local area hospitals on their own, both of them with non-life-threatening injuries, but a 23-year-old male and a 24-year-old female. Like I said, both of them are going to be okay, and we have spoken and gotten information from them to help us in this investigation. But the officers arriving on the scene, initial statements from employees working at the establishment notified us that there was an incident that occurred after the party had ended. There was a private party that was booked out for the event. And then after that ended, there was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building. And it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement. A lot of the people that were there fled the scene and did not stick around to give a statement. So we're asking them to either call us at the homicide division at 713-308-3600, or if they would like to remain anonymous, they can call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. We're looking for any information at this time, any videos, any information. We do know that the media has received a lot of phone calls, text messages, Twitter, tweets, vines, videos. We need all of y'all to send those to us so we can solve this case. We're looking for anything to help us. From there, as the chief said, we want to find justice for this family. They're going through a lot right now. And the only thing that we can do is hope that y'all reach out and assist us in any way to lead to evidence that will help us to apprehend and get charges and arrest on the person responsible for the death of Takeoff.
Just a follow up. I just want to say something to our city, Houston, and every brother and sister in the neighborhoods. I'm calling you to action, to step up. There were 40 people at least at this event. And people left possibly out of fear. I ask you one thing, and I want this to resonate with everybody. What if it was your brother? What if it was your son? You would want somebody to step up. So please step up, get the information to us so we can bring some closure to this family who's hurting right now. Let me speak to.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are across the world. Hello, everyone. I did want to come back up here, and as you all know, Houston police have confirmed officially that Migos rapper Takeoff has been confirmed dead, as what many of us suspected, as many of us woke up this morning to this stunning news. And so I know there's a ton of speculation going on and everything like that online, and typically I don't participate in that. So I'm going to really just keep it to the facts, okay, of the case. And as I, in other cases, have done in the past, I'm going to ask, okay, and implore other bloggers and just ask if you all would please show some respect. You don't need to plaster photos of Takeoff lying dead on the floor on your thumbnails. You really don't need to do that. It is not necessary. There are avenues for that sort of thing. But again, also don't hate the people that do have a very weird, macabre way of handling. I don't know why. It's macabre. It's a very strange, macabre curiosity that human beings have. People, the first thing that they do is they take out their phones and they start filming. But because of these films, because people do that, we actually have the very moment that this happened, and it's actually caught on film. Now, this is not any sort of like footage that shows an actual up close sort of anything like that. And I do want to be quite delicate in how I do this. But again, if you heard what the Houston police said, even as of their press conference, they need people to come in and make statements. They need people to come in and tell them what happened. And what else are they going to use, or what else can they use when people flee a scene like that, whether it's out of fear, whether it's out of, fear of getting in trouble with the law, whatever the case may be. And that is these videos. There is one, actually, there's a photo too, and videos that seems to sort of point to a particular individual. But listen, this is some of the details that are coming out that in regards to this particular case. Okay. Quavo, another third of the rap group Migos, was in a heated exchange, a heated argument right before these fatal shots broke out. Um, Again, they were outside this Houston bowling alley. Okay. Takeoff and others uh, essentially, well, Quavo really was arguing for a little over 30 seconds, right before the shooting actually began. Um, this happened about 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Texas. And you do see and hear Quavo arguing with someone. Takeoff is a few feet behind him, and there was a discussion about playing basketball. And someone, possibly Quavo, it does sound like Quavo says, quote, "I don't get down like that." Seconds later, there is a single crack of gunfire. Then everyone starts running. Then the flurry of shots ring out. And I got to tell you, the first thought that came to my head after like watching that video, it's like, okay, these 10 seconds, okay, this gunshot, then bam, like life over just like that. There were more than 10 shots in total, and it sounds like there were at least 2 different weapons that were fired. Now, obviously, chaos ensued. Folks in all different directions to escape the hail of bullets. Again, as reported, Takeoff was shot near his head, and despite efforts to resuscitate him, including by Quavo and a bystander, Takeoff was pronounced dead on the scene. Now, again, members of the Houston Police Department did hold this press conference. They also revealed that there was a 23-year-old man and a 24-year-old female who were also hit, and they had to go to the hospital for treatment, transferred via private vehicles. Again, cops say most of the witnesses fled the shooting, fled the scene. So they're asking for them to come forward with any information about what happened. And I think, in a sense, honestly, it seemed like to me that they were also particularly talking to the music industry in Houston. And that means, a whole bunch of different things, obviously. As many of you all know, um, again, I know people are speculating on, the fact that this may have happened from somebody in the Migos camp. But again, authorities have not confirmed this. This is all just gossip. It's all just gossip fodder. However, there is a screenshot making the rounds of a conversation that took place. This is a text message conversation. And listen, let me go ahead and just upload this. I'll give credit to where I got it, although I will also say that I had seen this this text exchange previously, but I'm gonna go ahead and upload this really quickly. Just give me 1 second, please. And I'll put it here on the screen for you guys to see. And this is why you, hold on. All right. If you heard any echoing, my apologies on that. Okay. But this is the text message that I'm referring to. And so obviously you see there where I screen capped it from. Shout out to Look It's Jay. Again, but I had seen this text message actually floating around on Twitter. But what this says, okay, and this is, again, this is not anything confirmed by police, but this is sort of the root or the base, if we're going to fact check, this is where a lot of people are getting some of the information and some of the narratives that you sort of see right now floating around. And this is what is said in this text exchange. Quote, so Quavo was shooting dice and he was getting his pockets broke off bad. So dude had an attitude and he tried getting aggressive with the wrong, and I can't tell what that says. It's crossed out. Not going to drop names. I think, yeah, I can't tell. It's crossed out. And dude got on his ass, basically. Then somebody they was with jumped up, and that's when everybody bunched up. Then shots just started ringing, but they were coming from somebody Migos was with, but he was shooting wild and he hit Takeoff on accident, and the other guy started shooting back. I think he got hit again, but ultimately his own piece of his entourage basically killed him, because when he got hit the first time, he said he's seen his body drop. Again, it has been relayed over even major news organizations that it appeared that Takeoff had been killed instantly when this happened, almost like a stray bullet. It goes on to say that Quavo had been having basically an exchange over something small. It was some sort of dice game, and that Takeoff was the coolest, quietest guy in the room the whole time. And there is additional pieces of that, but listen, I sort of go there because I'm not NBC or CBS. Okay, I'm just LeakYou, and that's where that's why you're seeing a lot of these people, a lot of these bloggers, going live, and one even this morning going so far as to pin it on certain individuals, and we don't know. Police have not confirmed any of this, right? So dispatch audio has been released as well, and there's been several pieces of video footage that have come out. Several. A fresh piece of video footage actually just dropped, and this is the one that I feel safe showing. And this is the one I think police authorities would really want to see more than anything. This just shows the heated exchange, and shout out to TMZ. They most definitely got them in this. I do want to show it to you. Let me and you kind of get to understand like the placement of where each person was standing. And I know for a fact that this video is really what I know authorities are going to definitely want to look at for sure. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Harvey, get your people, get your web guy.
They know that they're not going to be disrespectful because they want it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't show you that part because this is, I'm getting to the point where, I can maybe start doing my streaming directly from my website or into, an app. But I'm still on YouTube, and I've had YouTube literally come back after 2-3 years and strike me. Okay. And so I can play the audio portion of that, but I will not show that part, even though there's nothing graphic necessarily as far as death footage or all of that. But you all know how this goes, and it's already tough enough. But listen, I do want to replay that actually. And it's obvious, and sort of again, if you look at the text exchange and the information that's sort of coming from that, you sort of look at what's happening. There's also talk of this whole argument being over like some $7,000 bet or something like that. Not sure, but it. I've never shot dice, but my understanding is that, from listening to some of you guys talk about it, that it's a very emotions get kind of high apparently, right? So you can see Takeoff is standing towards the back. Quavo is. There's a particular guy, actually. So whoever this is with this all black on, I have no idea who this is. There's a photo of this same person standing next to Quavo that someone had shot, with some other camera phone. So like you're seeing all this stuff come up and bubble up out of social media, and we're just here to catch it. So if you have an update or something, feel free to send it to tips@LeakYou.com, and I'll definitely check it out. But you can see that he was standing towards the back, right? They know y'all, but they're not gonna be disrespectful like they want to. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit Just those very few seconds, right? Just like that. Life just gone. Just like that. Basically, the narration, I guess I would describe is, obviously you can go over to tmz.com. It's right there on the very first post. But chaos basically ensues, and people are running everywhere. I never understood shooting at people that are running away from you. But, again, you got these people here, confusion pops off, right?
Hold on, look. Take it down. Hold on, listen, man. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful because they want it. Damn, I'm kidding about no basketball, bro. Just play basketball. Just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna
You literally don't see anything happen. So we'll sort of what we'll do is we will still shot through it. Okay. So this is where I was, putting up the banner. And as you heard those shots, what you see is just chaos. And we're just going to go second by second here. We'll do the still shots. And obviously, as these shots ring out, the person holding this phone, obviously you don't see the hand covers the lens, but it then clears up. And then right here, you see people just taking off. These are the still shots.
Hold on, look. Take it down. Hold on, listen, man. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful because they want it. Damn, I'm kidding about no basketball, bro. Just play basketball. Just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit.
I hear like 3 guns. That's just my ear, though. I seem to hear like at least 3 to 4 different guns, but maybe I'm tripping.
Play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit.
Okay, I hear 3. I hear 3 guns. I hear 3 sets of gunshots. That's what I hear. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Do we have oh my goodness, an old face I haven't seen in a while. BTK Killer. What's up, BTK Killer? How the hell are you? Hey, Regina, how are you? Blessed and highly favored. Hello, how are you? Hello, False, Davo. Jager, good to see you. Heaven sent. How are you? Got TRG in the house. Did I miss anybody? I see who? Ollie, Corinne, Siobhan, Mr. Remy. Yeah, my eyesight's getting worse the older I get. I think I need to get some glasses. Yeah, man. What's up with it, BTK Killer? Long time no see. Yeah, this is horrible. Like, this right here has just reverberated the entire hip hop community. Like, and it's even got like every magazine, every entertainment magazine, entertainment arm, anything that does anything entertainment is talking about this. I even seen BET was doing a legacy sort of live. Yeah, man, this is a big deal. Good. I'm glad you're well. Good to see you. Make sure you keep on, coming through. I see you still got your avatar. BTK killer. Yeah. Hey there, Christy. Yes, how are you? We also did a stream earlier today as well. This is sort of the follow-up to that stream, specifically because Houston police did come out and they did confirm that, they had not actually confirmed, but we all knew this morning, but they did come out and they actually confirmed that it was Takeoff. And they also identified 2 additional people that had been shot at this same incident. And they're also asking, again, for people that were there when this happened to please even call anonymously. Like, even if you don't want to go down there, even if you don't want to call down there, they are even the police chief said specifically, call Crime Stoppers or call anonymously. Go get a burner phone, call, right, and then break it like they did in Breaking Bad, I guess. But there is a lot of different footage that is coming out, though, overall. So no, I just want to really just like keep it on the actual facts. There's a lot of, I'll leave the speculation for other bloggers because I don't do all that type of blogging speculation like that. But these are some also additional still shots that you can see that TMZ also posted of both Quavo and Takeoff. And we're talking like seconds before these gunshots rang out. Now, although I hear like 3 different, sets of gunshots, it could have still been 2 different weapons, right? Maybe one paused and then started refiring. But there's definitely a sound or a contrast within the sound of where those shots were coming from, right? So, again, Takeoff was, hold on just 1 second. Takeoff was 28 years old. There was one more piece of audio that I wanted to make you all aware of for those of you that may be plugged in, who listen to get some of this factual information. There is some dispatch audio that has been released by the Houston Emergency Department, and essentially, I think it's like 50 seconds of dispatch audio. So listen to this.
Diesel check out 22B23 1212 Grand Plaza for discharging firearms. There's 5 shots fired from downstairs outside near 2004. The people next door are calling in about discharging firearms. It's not next door. It's from 2202. Possible discharging firearms or shooting, not sure which. Just Pinto at Dallas. Caller heard one shot and people screaming. Those 2 shooting just occurred on SO San Jacinto in Dallas.
I don't know who that dispatcher was that was trying to read there, but it sounded like a feat there. But that is the dispatch audio that has been released by the Houston Emergency Department. Again, to you bloggers out there, just please be considerate of the fact that you may have children, You may be someone's child. And if somebody came up and shot you, or you got hit by a stray bullet, and I do understand that macabre curiosity, but you don't need to make it your thumbnails, right? That's so, like, leave that for the clickbaity bloggers, That way they define themselves in their own network, and then we can easily sniff them out. I don't think there's any gain in showing it when I'm doing these type of live streams. But that's just me. I've definitely, not been perfect in my blogging past before. And maybe some feel inclined like they have to show it just to get people to click the damn video. I don't know. But let's just try to be considerate. Now, prior to the shooting, there was some sort of hold on, there's some additional footage I want to see here. Stand by just 1 second if you don't mind. It's kind of having issues loading. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. I'll just leave it at this. I'll just leave it where it's at. Okay. And I'll definitely continue to follow this. It's possible that, I don't expect like another news update today. To be honest with you, I don't expect like a press conference, any more press conferences like today on this. Hello, Taryn, how you doing? But if there is one, or if there is some sort of like breaking news in the case, I will absolutely be back with an update for you guys. I think there's going to be a lot of talking on this case. You're going to see a lot of, again, the entire hip hop community is pretty rattled by this entire situation. I'm literally looking at probably one of the main clout chasers that I know of in the blogging community. He's a real asshole too. Like, if you drop down in his chat, he'll just like, time you out for no reason, right? And he's always the first one with the fluffy narratives, right? But whatever. It's always that. That is always like the snaky aspect to this whole like vlogging thing. And some people that just, it's just, everybody's not going to do it the same. And everybody's they're not going to wait for police to confirm a damn thing. There's a lot of people out here, I'm telling you, that will build up a platform and they'll like get a tip or something from, I don't know. It could be a screenshot, right? And they'll like build an entire case off of it. And before you know it, it becomes a show. And before you know it, like it's a whole thing. And, I've watched them do it. It's just a matter of which one of them is going to do it this time. Because, every time, Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, like every single time, PNB Rock, I see it every single time there's one of these murders. These non-credible shoot at the waist type vlogging that happens. But anyway, everyone, thank you for coming through. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I will keep you guys posted on this story. Until next time, everyone.
First stop for so many is Takeoff's Instagram page. He just posted the video for his song Messy on Monday, and the comments sum up a lot of what we've seen on social media today. Please don't let this be true. Prayer emojis, broken hearts. This interview from just more than a week ago is making the rounds as well.
I mean, time to give me my flowers, you know what I mean? I don't want them later on when I ain't here.
Over on Twitter, Anika shares she's struggling mentally to process this. She writes, many of us spent our formative years with Takeoff and Migos. He is my age. This cannot keep happening. Beyond the initial emotional reaction to Takeoff's death, posts like this are all over social media, from fans, from other celebrities, even from local and national leaders. Rapper Lecrae tweeted, no hot takes, no profound thoughts, just sad that another rapper, son, brother, and friend has been killed. New York Congressman Jamal Bowman wrote, I'm tired of seeing young Black men die, a sentiment echoed by Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, who tweeted, too many young men of color are killing each other, resolving their disputes by pulling their guns and shooting one another, regardless of fame or fortune. He calls it crazy and says, in a few seconds, a life is gone, family and friends are left grieving. Stop. There is so much more to this conversation. We dig into it a lot more in this article on KE.
Yeah, this one really stings. And rest in peace. Rest in peace to this young man. Kirshnik Kari Ball. Rest in peace to him. How many of us don't even, like, if you're not following someone like really closely, where you just know them by like a first name or one name, or you never actually go to like, oh, what's the government name, you know? I think many of us do that. Our parents, you know, when they create us or whatever, tussle in their mind, or some of them do, about what they're going to name their baby. And half the time when we come out, we end up changing it ourselves to something we want it to be. Good night, everyone. Until next time. Shout out to the LeakYou community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Shout out to the LeakYou community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
Takeoff, a member of the Grammy-nominated rap trio Migos, was shot.